We have this process in the business, performance improvement plans. And there's a reason for them, but they can also be done really poorly. Um, Steve, I gather that you have a point of view on this.
I mean, I think we've talked about performance improvement plans, and the kind of tied to the outcome. I think the wording of it is so terrible because you're already acknowledging like, hey, you have an issue with your performance and you're on this 30, 60, 90-day wheel that's, you got to do these things. And if you don't do these things, then, you're out the door. And I think there's different ways of managing people out of the business than going through a performance improvement plan. Really what we should be doing is how do we make this a successful improvement plan? Like, how do we think about what is the outcomes that you're trying to get from your team? So rather than coaching someone to make certain number of dials or, build so much pipeline or do all these other things, it's figuring out what you're trying to solve for. What are the real outcomes you want? And then what are those behaviors that you want to create with someone that will make them successful? And one of an example I'll say, and this is again, find myself diving deep into the vault here for things. But I remember back in the Oracle days, I mean, you have someone who's one of the teams you're managing and, they're on a performance improvement plan and they're asked to make so many dials and talk so much time on the phone. Well, people are gaming the system because that's the behavior you're asking them to do. So next thing you know, we have people who are dialing into movie theaters and they're sitting there listening to all 16 movies that are playing, that afternoon. And that takes up like 4 minutes each time you do, and you call back and do it again. And I mean, that's not the behavior you're looking for in a sales organization. I mean, the behavior we should be looking for is, hey, have you had great conversations this week with people? And what are the outcomes? Oh, you've managed to get a couple of demos or you've got some in-person meetings. To me, that's how you build a successful performance plan versus a performance improvement plan.